Hi, Mickey Dolans here at Beatlefest, and you're watching Taped with Rabbi Doug.
We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. We're gonna see Rabbi Doug on your TV tonight.
But Daddy, I want to watch Monday Night Football.
Forget about Monday Night Football. There's no other thing we're going to watch on Monday but Rabbi Doug.
Yeah, Rabbi Doug on TV tonight. We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. Oh, everybody talk about Doug.
Shalom, welcome to Taped with Rabbi Doug. We are here for part one at the Fest for Beatlefans 15 here at the Hyatt Regency O'Hare, and I am here with the proprietor, Mark Lapidos. Mark, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much.
It is always a pleasure to have you on the show, as you closed our show last year. You're opening our show this year. And tell me now, what number festival is this in Chicago?
Number 39.
Number 39 in Chicago. And in your tours around the world, what number festival is this?
124.
124. You gotta, I know it's always a lot of pressure on you to find new acts,
Yes.
to have these people come to Chicago or wherever you are holding the festival and put on a good show. Do you ever get tired and say, you know what, this may be the last year. I'm just so worn out over doing this.
As long as people come in, I want to keep doing it. That's what I love to do.
It's really great.
It's in my blood.
It's really great. And your
Beatles are in my
family's blood. Your
Oh,
family.
yes.
It's great that your family's here every year with you. And tell me, what do you like when you have a vision of the future of the festival? What do you think you'd like to do that you haven't had the opportunity?
Well, my daughters have been, Michelle, Joni, and Jessica, have been adding events. Here we have an Apple Jam stage.
You're right, I
upstairs.
saw it last night.
We have the TM room and meditation with an ashram, which we started last year. And then we also have a brand new fabratory, which is really, I was in there yesterday. The place was jammed. It's like taking little snippet of ideas and sitting down in like a semicircle and discussing them.
That's great. Is there somebody that you've been trying to get that you're going to get, but you just haven't had at the festival yet?
I can't answer that completely, because if I'm going to get them, I have to know.
No, but I want to know if there are people that you're working on in that way.
Yes,
you are.
Always.
Always. That's great. And you think you're going to get them?
I'm always optimistic.
Very good.
Always optimistic.
Well, I want to wish you much continued success.
Thank you, Rabbi.
It is really a pleasure to have you on the show. It's a pleasure to be part of the festival for Beatles fans.
Shalom.
Mark Lapidos, my good friend, sei gesund, only good health, and hatzlacha, success in all your endeavors. Stay with us here on Taped with Rabbi Doug for the Fest for Beatle Fans 15 at the Hyatt Regency
Come next
O'Hare.
year if you're missing it this year. Next year's August 12th weekend. Circle it on your calendar.
At this time, just stop screaming now. Let's bring him up. Ladies and gentlemen, he was on an album called Walls and Bridges. Anybody hear that album? Raise your hands. By a guy called John Lennon. Does anybody know who that was? Raise your hands.
Ron Aprea is here to play the saxophone for you, ladies and gentlemen. He's the guy. He played on this record. And we're honored to play with you, Ron. Let's go.
It's your man.
We're here on Taped with Rabbi Doug at the Festival for Beatles Fans 2015, and I'm here with Ron Aprea. Ron, welcome to the show. Ron is released an album. Ron Aprea pays tribute to John Lennon and the Beatles. Tell me your original connection. I know you knew John Lennon. What's your original connection?
My original connection with John is I worked with him on his Walls and Bridges album back in 1978.
And what was your working with him on, and what did you do?
Well, I was one of five horn players on the album. He used the horn section of this project. I believe it was his first project with horns. And it was an interesting session since he didn't really have arrangements for 5 horns. And we worked closely with him, kind of on the spot made up the horn parts. As we were recording, we kind of put it together.
So what would we like recognize your licks?
Well, my licks are basically as part of the horn section. I really didn't play a solo. I was helping,
arrange and
put the arrangements together and playing with the section.
Very nice, very nice. Well, I want to wish you much success with your album.
Thank you.
And what's your favorite horn to play?
I think alto saxophone.
Alto sax.
I play them all. I play soprano, alto, tenor, baritone, and flute, clarinet, but I think I prefer alto.
Very nice. Much success. Thanks for being on the show. Stay with us here on Taped with Rabbi Doug. Ron Aprea. Hope to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Hi, I'm Dennis DeYoung, and you're watching Taped with Rabbi Doug. That guy, he's got the camera right now, so watch him.
Welcome back. We're here on Taped with Rabbi Doug, and I'm here with Billy Kinsley of the Merseybeats. Welcome to Chicago, and welcome to Beatlefest 15.
Well, thank you. I've been looking forward to this in a long time. I've been all over the States. I once went through Chicago Airport, which is O'Hare, back in '73. Just passed through. I've never stopped, but I love the place.
Well, that's great.
I love the Chicago accents as well.
Great.
I really do.
And we love your accent, so that makes
so
us
I've got
even.
it apparently, yeah.
So tell me, what are you doing? Are you traveling around performing still on a regular basis?
Yeah, we just did a tour earlier this year with Chris Farlow, with Billy J. Kramer, with who else was on it? Oh, Mike from Researchers.
Right, he was on my show last year.
So you know Mike.
Oh, sure, I know Mike very well.
Mike Pender is a great mate of mine.
Mike Pender is a great guy.
And that was the tour basically with us, and it was a sellout every night after all these years. It's just a miracle.
Actually, Mike talked about that tour when he was with us last time. Yeah, he did.
Okay.
So that's great. And you enjoyed it?
Oh, too right, we did, yeah.
Do you still enjoy performing as much as you did when you were a kid?
Yeah. I still love performing. I don't like the traveling, especially in England. Because everywhere you go, the road is closed, they're doing roadworks. The road is a mess. You get diverted. You should be, it should take you 4 hours to get home. It takes you 8 hours. I don't like that.
I don't blame you. Well, listen, welcome to Chicago. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you for being here at the Fest for Beatlefest 15.
It's a pleasure.
And we look forward to hearing you perform.
Yeah.
And stay with us here on Taped with Rabbi Doug at Beatlefest 15.
There he is. He's going to do a little song that sounds very familiar to someone else, but he did it first. So put that one together, you'll see what I mean.
Hello, Chicago! Or is it Chicago? That's right, so. Anyway, I'm a Liverpoolian from Liverpool, and I'm delighted to be in Chicago. I've been all over America, but this is my first trip to Chicago, so it's a pleasure to be here. It's a song that I did, with the Merseys, and George Harrison nicked a bit of it for a Beatles song. Anyway, this is a song called Sorrow. 1, 2, 3, go!
Sorrow.
Thank you.
I'm Peter Yarrow of Peter, Paul and Mary, sometimes known as Puff the Magic Dragon, and I'm hiding the great face of Rabbi Doug. Watch him. Rabbi Doug. It's a wonderful show.
We are here at Beatlefest 15 with Drew Hill of Liverpool. Drew,
and Rabbi Doug.
Drew, it's great to have you back on the show. Once again this year, just a lot of fun, a lot of music, some new people, some old people. Do you enjoy it every time?
Let's put it this way, anybody who's here enjoys it every time because it's the Beatles.
Yeah.
And the opportunity to get to play the stuff for a bunch of people who appreciate it as much as we do, instead of just like the passive usual crowd that exists today. It is a dream come true.
So you really spend a lot of time when you have a new guest coming on, learning their songs, being able to play them to make them sound like they did when they were hits in the 60s or whenever.
Well, yeah, we tried it, but we also hit the YouTubes to see, you know, how they did perform it more recently, because sometimes they drop keys, sometimes they play with tempos, and we try and, because we don't have any time to rehearse with the guests, they come in, we got to be ready.
Sure.
Band in a box type thing. That's why I love this band, Liverpool.
It's great. And what a group of great musicians. It's nice to see Chris back with you guys this year. And just a pleasure, really, always to listen and to chat with you guys. You're fun. You guys are just fun. I don't know what else to say.
So is this man. So is this man. He gets the best interviews of the best people that nobody else goes after. That's what makes him unique.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being on the show. We're here on Taped with Rabbi Doug. I am here with Drew Hill. Stay with us, and we'll be back.
I'm Terry Hemmerton, and you're watching Taped with Rabbi Doug.
Your host of Now the Newlywed Game, Bob Eubanks. Thank you. Thank you very much, and welcome to the Newlywed Game. You know, the time for predictions is upon us, and right now it'll be our newlywed couples who'll be trying to predict how their mates will answer our questions, right after this message. Right.
We're here back on Taped with Rabbi Doug at the Festival for Beatle Fans 15, and I'm here with Bob Eubanks, host of the Newlywed Game, producer and director, and welcome to the show. Welcome to Chicago.
Thank you.
Tell me, how did you connect up with the Beatles? What is your connection to be here at the festival as a Beatles connection?
Well, I produced their concerts in Los Angeles all 3 years that they toured America, and that was a wonderful experience for me. And then this is my third Beatlefest. I just think it's fun to come to see people that have such a passion for anything. And these people have a passion for those four wonderful, talented guys, and so it's fun. I enjoy it.
And I think that people coming here to see you, everybody knows you, have great excitement just to be able to meet you.
Yeah, you know, I'm known, I guess, for game shows, and some people don't realize that I was involved heavily with the music world for a long time. But, you know, as I look back, it was a big thrill to produce their concerts, to finance their concerts. I borrowed $25,000 on my house to do the first one. But I've been very fortunate.
It paid off.
It did pay off, yeah.
That's great. Well, I want to wish you much success with your new book. And thank you for being on the show. Bob Eubanks here on Taped with Rabbi Doug. Stay with us.
You know what? The gardener cut our cat's tail off with a weed whacker.
That's not a good
thing. So I took the cat to Walmart because they're the biggest retailers in the country.
Bob Eubanks, we'll be back.
Hi, I'm Marshall Crenshaw. You're watching Taped with Rabbi Doug.
Better watch Rabbi Doug.
We're here on Taped with Rabbi Doug at the Fest for Beatles Fans 15, and I'm here with Vivek Tiwary.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. He's the author of the book, The Fifth Beatle. First, tell us, who do you call the fifth Beatle, because people don't know your book.
Sure. So in my analysis, the fifth Beatle is Brian Epstein, who was the Beatles manager. So the book is a graphic novel based on his life, and it charts his discovery of the band when they are an unknown, obscure Liverpool act playing basement clubs. They are drinking on stage, smoking on stage, totally unprofessional. He cleans them up, he suggests the suits and the haircuts, he teaches them how to bow after their songs. He basically teaches them how to be professional. He then goes and gets a record deal for the band when every record label has passed. He convinces Ed Sullivan to book them when a British band has never made an impact in the United States. He is really the guy that envisioned and then engineered Beatlemania. So it's a wonderful behind-the-scenes story of the development of the band.
So we all know Brian Epstein helped make the Beatles who they were. How did you learn the intricate details of Brian Epstein and his life?
Yeah, so my research was mostly done through interviews. You know, when I began this research process in 1991, there was no Wikipedia, there was no YouTube, there was no Google. You know, so I had no choice but to contact people who knew Brian and ask them to talk to me about him. You know, there were no books in print about to date. The Fifth Beatle is the only book in print about Brian Epstein, and so I had no choice but to track down people like Sid Bernstein, the legendary concert promoter who brought the Beatles to the U.S. for the first time. Nat Weiss, who was Brian Epstein's best friend and closest confidant and was the Beatles' U.S. attorney. These guys, those two examples, they lived in New York, and I just cold called them. And I said, I'm a young person. At the time, I wasn't writing a screenplay. I was in college. I was just looking for life inspiration. And I said, the little bit I've learned about Brian, I found inspiring, and I'm looking to learn more, and will you talk to me? And not one of the people I called turned me down.
That's great. That's great. Well, it is a pleasure to have you on the show. Welcome to the fest here in Chicago.
Thank you.
This is, yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to just say one more thing, if I may, because this is really important to me about the Brian Epstein story. It is a fascinating Beatles story. It's a fascinating behind-the-scenes story, and a treat for anyone who's a Beatles fan. However, the heart of the story, I think, lies even underneath the Beatles, and it's the personal side of the story. And so I want to make sure I touch on this just for a quick second, because he was gay and Jewish and from Liverpool. And in the 1960s, those were three tremendous obstacles. It's a felony to be gay. Anti-Semitism is prevalent in the country in a way that it isn't today. And Liverpool, prior to the Beatles, is a port town that doesn't have any cultural influence. So Brian Epstein was the ultimate outsider. He was a misfit. You know, he's a gay Jewish kid running around this port town in the north of England saying, I found a local band who are going to be bigger than Elvis, who are going to elevate pop music into an art form. You know, people laughed at him like he was crazy. You know, but he chased that dream with passion and persistence, and the world got the Beatles.
So cool.
And that's what really inspired me to write this book.
I love your passion.
When I boil it down, I'd say the message of the Fifth Beatle is that no dream is too impossible and no person too unlikely to realize that dream. And that's what it's about. So I just wanted to get that across.
That's very important. Vivek Tiwary, I wish you much success with the Fifth Beatle. And thanks for being on the show and here at the fest. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Bob Eubanks, and you're watching Taped with Rabbi Doug. I mean, doesn't everybody?
Welcome back. We're here on Taped with Rabbi Doug, and I am here with Lanea Stagg. Lanea is the author of Recipe Records, a culinary tribute to the Beatles, as well as other books. How did you figure out food that's connected to the Beatles? What was your original origin, and how did you come about putting this book together?
Well, I have two previous cookbooks that are geared to rock and roll trivia, and they're rock and roll themed cookbooks where the recipes are all named after songs or bands and such. And it was a natural progression for a Beatles cookbook to come out because there aren't a lot of Beatles cookbooks. And so it was also coming upon the 50th anniversary of when the Beatles first came to America. So I put together 50 recipes to celebrate 50 years of the Beatles.
That's great. That's great. So did you ever go to the Beatlefest before you put this book together?
Sadly, I had not. I had been to some Beatle functions around the country, but I had never been to Chicago. So this has turned out to be one of my favorite places.
And where's your home?
I live in southern Indiana, Evansville, Indiana.
You all know Evansville, Indiana. Very nice. A Midwesterner. And this is great that you're here. Well, I wish you much success with your book, A Culinary Tribute to the Beatles. This is Lanea Stagg here on Tape with Rabbi Doug. Stay with us. We'll be back.
I'm Stephen Page, and you're watching Tape with Rabbi Doug.
So we're here at the Fest for Beatle Fans 15. I'm here with Kit O'Toole. She's one of the authors here today. This is her book, Songs We Were Singing. She guides you through the lesser-known tracks of Beatles songs. How did you get to know these tracks, and how did you decide to delve into them and find out information about them?
Well, actually, I've been doing a column for quite some time on somethingelse.reviews.com called Deep Beatles, and I've just always loved the lesser known tracks, the B-sides, the album cuts, some of the Star Club stuff you never hear on the radio.
So tell me, what is your favorite cut of all those?
Oh my gosh, that's hard to say. Well, one of the ones I like is the Star Club version of I Saw Her Standing There. In some ways, I think it's superior to the recorded version because it has a lot of energy, it's raw, and it has that, what I call Peter Gunn guitar. There's just some great guitar work. And, it's sort of controversial. Some people don't like those Star Club sessions because the recording quality isn't great, but it's well worth digging into.
So being that this is your forte, what would you say is the version on the Beatles anthology of a song that should have been the one released instead of the one that was?
Oh my gosh, that's really tough. Well, probably Leave My Kitten Alone. It was a cut it was a John vocal that was unbelievable. It was just, pure rock and roll vocal, a pure rock and roll song. Why it was never released has never really been discovered. I mean, there are a lot of different stories, but it really should have been. It was just a classic John vocal, great cover song, and for reasons that will remain unknown forever, it was left on the cutting room floor. So at least the anthology, set the record straight, so to speak.
Great. Kid O'Toole of songs we were singing, the Beatles, unknown cuts or lesser known cuts. Thank you so much for being on the show.
So much.
Welcome to Chicago and to the Fest, and stay with us here on Taped with Rabbi Doug.
Hi, I'm Paul, and you're watching Taped with Rabbi Doug.
Well, that's it for part one here at the Fest for Beatle Fans 15 in Rosemont, Illinois. I know you won't want to miss staying with us for part two. We're going to have another great show for you. Remember, if you want to check out our website, www.tvrabbi.com is the web address where you can also see former festivals on the show. If you want to email us, the email address is info@tvrabbi.com. Don't miss next time and stay with us here on Taped with Rabbi Doug. Shalom, everyone.
Ouch, you're breaking my heart. Ouch, I'm falling apart. Ouch, ouch. When you first met, I must admit I fell for you right from the start. I must admit I fell for you right from the start. Now when we meet, all kinds of things it seems so set the apple apart. All kinds of things it seems so set the apple apart. Everybody, ouch, don't desert me, ouch, please don't hurt me, ouch, ouch. What is this thing called love? Why do they say it makes the world go round? Why do they say it makes the world go round? I can't explain the way I feel for you, my feet don't touch the ground. The way I feel for you, my feet don't touch the ground. Ouch, don't desert me, ouch, please don't hurt me, ouch, ouch. When we first met, I must admit I fell for you right from the start. I must admit I fell for you right from the start.
And this has been a Taped with Rabbi Doug production.